That is certainly interesting.
Well, it's a good day to get her.
Yes, yes it is.
It fits the day it is today.
Monster women cursed. Good lord. Well.
I'm a female, I can say that.
Yes, yes you can.
Without anyone becoming sad.
I'm so sad.
Spirit of the day with a man coming here and forcing her violently to submit.
Exactly.
There was a lady too. Cassius is a female.
Cash is a lady. Maybe maybe Kyran is a lady.
Kyran is certainly not a lady.
For all we know, Marcus could be, because we never really know.
Never seen him outside the armor, so...
Well, we actually have, when
But he was wearing the head of the sky.
Exactly.
No?
Well, I guess in Branderscar we kind of did.
We know everything about each other.
That was in all his glory.
I have seen Marcus. I have seen Marcus poop in a bucket in Brandenskar. That's how dignified it was in the beginning.
You will never forget that.
Shameless.
That brings men close.
Yes, exactly. There are some things that bring you close.
What, like watching Zacharias poop in a bucket?
Zacharias would never do such a thing, of course.
Then what did you do for the, week?
Magic!
Smell.
Exactly.
You can't magic while you're chained up.
Haha.
You can't poop in a bucket
can
when
do
you're
it.
chained up.
Sure you can. You just sit on the bucket. Eventually.
Oh, Zacharias will,
We seriously talking
These
about...
are not memories.
His eyes glaze over with memories from a long time ago. Then he shakes his head like, oh, no, shouldn't think about that.
Marcus just collapses in the corner crying.
Fetal position, like, oh.
I pooped in a bucket and Zacharias was watching me.
I was washing.
No, you all think the others probably have forgotten it.
Yeah, we don't bring it up.
But we will never forget.
Cash did not poop in a bucket.
Did you poop next to the bucket?
She pooped out the window instead.
She didn't poop in that prison while she was there.
Did she poop at all?
No. Cash
Important questions, everyone.
Jeez, this is something I need to I need to ask this on Yahoo Answers. Do girls poop?
No.
Oh, god damn it.
Well, you have to ask a female drow.
Could we move on?
Zacharias is
That is
about
so
to.
American.
Isabel just sort of hovers here. She's clearly just not really doing much
Well, she
for
can
now.
hover there.
Good.
Looking at this room is more change than he's had in the last 12 years.
Yeah,
So,
and she is allowed to walk around the manor as long as she doesn't turn any of our people to stone.
she doesn't seem to like walking that much.
Oh.
Maybe she
Well,
should
well,
wear
for
a
hover
headset.
around.
You get the feeling that if she ever was to walk, it would be an honor for whatever her feet touched.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's quite an honor for the room she is in.
Probably.
Oh, she's not standing here, she's hovering.
No, but she did touch it.
Not willing.
She was a corpse at the time.
Zacharias will nod at this and walk out, confident in leaving her there.
He's just
Kyran
hovering.
is
The eyes
quite
closed.
sure that
Arms
conversation is
crossed.
over.
Looking imperious.
Marcus is
Kyran
still
will
standing,
take
pointing
one more
her.
look at Isabel, since he hasn't really decided if he actually thinks that she looks good or not. But then we'll just head out.
No, she
without
needs.
taking up
If Kyran likes human women, then she certainly does.
But she's
Oh,
weird
that's
with
my
her
secret.
snake hair and stuff.
Now she needs a servant. Timian.
That's my secret. I don't like anybody. Ha ha ha.
Timian would have to hear it from Marcus.
Of course.
Although he wouldn't like refusing Zacharias.
Halthus.
Jump, Zacharias.
My lord.
Oh.
It's very friendly there, Halthus.
So he sort of opens the door, of course, and bows. Yes. How may I aid you now?
The good lady Isabel is currently residing in the room. She's for now not to be disturbed. He smiles. You have done us a great service, Halthus, and you have done consistently good work. I remind myself that you should perhaps be rewarded for such good performance. He smiles. So, Halthus, this is what I give you. You may ask one boon of the Whispering Lords. You do not need to answer now, but you are free to think of it for as long as you like. We will consider your request, and if it is within our will to do so, we will grant it.
Halthus sort of bows deeply. And he looks at Zacharias and says, "Then, may I ask something of you?"
He nods. Yes.
He seems to think for a short moment, as he then bows deeply. Says, "My lord, my request is that you remain true to your cause and never change. Never forget your goal. And he seems a little embarrassed at this. Allow me to follow you into ice and fire, my lord."
Oh, he says everyone says all the right things today. Zacharias will smile at him and say, "That, Halthus, I promise you."
Is she gonna need a
Then that is all the reward that I require, my lord. It is a pleasure to serve.
Oh, we need to give him a Christmas present or something. Like new tools, maybe? Can we get masterwork torture tools in town?
Yeah, that's easy.
You know
enough.
that you bought tons of torture tools, and
Don't you remember?
Oh yeah, we certainly did.
he has a nice set. He brought all the goods.
It's on his bed.
Although he was a little sad at leaving the Iron Maiden.
Yeah, we all
It
were.
is on the ship.
I
Had enough time to carry it out.
Is she gonna need a bed?
No.
Nothing? Is she gonna
She
need
doesn't
nothing?
sleep, she doesn't eat, she doesn't drink, she doesn't age.
So she does not want anything?
I mean, she would probably like a temple, but at the moment, it doesn't seem so.
Anything
She's
can
been
have
used
in
to
there.
an empty room
So
for a long time. And
So she does not even want a pillow to sit on.
she's hovering, and she will probably remain hovering until you come and ask her for something.
So for an eternity.
Well, she might at some point sort of fly out and take a look at the place, but for now, at least, a lot has happened recently.
Mm.
He has contemplation to do.
I just found the same bed as everyone. I was like, oh, she can have it. I was gonna put a bed in there, but if she does not want a bed, she won't get one.
She doesn't remember how to sleep.
Is Jake here? No, he went AFK.
Maybe she wants a bath.
Maybe she wants a what?
A bath.
Halthus sort of bows. Says, "If my services are required, my lord, feel free to ask at any time."
Zacharias nods. "And so I shall, Halthus." He nods again. "Very good." And he will turn around and...
"Please, my lord, if you would bring my request to the others as well."
Zacharias nods. "I shall do so."
"I so relish the service," smiling, "and I hope you will soon have need of me."
Zacharias nods. "And so do we, Halthus. We do enjoy your work a whole lot."
He smiles. He seems flattered.
Yes, we definitely need to give it a plaque. Minion of the Year for Halthus.
I will go ahead and carve it in my free
Sad.
time.
We have a little wall of rewards or, awards.
The health, it's always.
Like you tell me to do that, and I just make him a nice large trophy.
He can sit there and polish it.
Well, Megan,
The trophy has jagged cuts and edges which you can use to torture people.
He's such a charmer, isn't he, Halthus? Oh,
he is. He's such a nice person.
he's
I-
such
I-
a nice person. He's not
I
rude
bet-
at all.
As Zacharias is walking away, just he's trying not to smile, but
Yeah, Zacharias is trying very hard not to smile as he walks down the corridor away from Halthus. Well, he will.
You'll get far in this business.
He will get far in this business, indeed. Zacharias will go to the room and actually, he will actually get some grilled salmon and some wine and just, eat and actually celebrate. Oh, there's someone in the kitchen.
Sure. If he goes in there, he'll see Raiju sitting here roasting something on a spit over the fire. Sort of humming to himself as a good keg next to him.
Zacharias grunts. Ah, there you are. So,
Nods.
Over here rummages around.
My lord.
Mumbles himself. I shouldn't be doing this myself, but the servants, we can't really have them in here now, can we?
Let me.
Oh, well, Zacharias will step back.
What do you wish me to make?
Actually, make me something from your homeland, something with the taste of the Far East. I am in a cheerful mood today, and wish to experience something new.
Smiles as he reaches to his sort of bandolier of things, where he takes a little vial with what seems to be some yellowed powder. He begins to make something out of what seems to be some form of fish. Yet he doesn't really seem to prepare it much, really. At least not in the traditional way.
Curry fish.
Or maybe he's making sushi.
It looks like it. He's very proficiently chops it with a big knife.
Like his sword. Like.
That would break the
sushi on the table now
tables.
works.
Zacharias will calmly, talk to him and actually will inquire a little bit of his spell casting and his spell powers. Basically try to suss out if Raiju is a spellcaster, basically sorcerer, wizard type, or again if it is more innate. Basically, can he learn new spells? Could he study a spell book? Could he...
He will get the idea that it is innate as such. Raiju has never really paid much attention to studying, and it is, although he likes to learn new things, it is mostly because of his curiosity. He seems to be able to create darkness and turn invisible at will at any time. He is always flying if he wants to be a nut. He simply cannot stop it. He can also make any creature his friend, freeze them, turn to gas, or make them fall asleep. Once a day.
Alright, that's fair enough.
Everyone has the cool spell-like abilities.
Zacharias will also ask him, just in general, tell me of the Oni, these mythical race of beings that you clearly belong to. I have read of them, of course, but Telling is so far away from the homeland of your people.
I'd say that he does actually not remember when he was created first. However, he remembers serving a wizard who used him for dealing with unwanted underlings. He sort of smiles at the reminder, and he was actually one of the younger Oni, promised a grand future by this wizard, who had taken many of his people as his servants. And they were fighting in a war. He doesn't really remember against who, but the promise was land and title. Something the Oni rarely have, at least, legally. And he will tell of how he slew a lord after this war had been won. He had been given a small hold, if you will, and he slew a rebellious lord. However, this was where he made his mistake, and sadly he ended up slaughtering quite a few lords who were on his own side. He genuinely, as he says, did not know that this was the case, and the wizard was not really happy with him. He ended up in a fight and ended up simply being thrown far, far away, landing in some place he did not know. And since then, he simply traveled, not really wanting to go back. And now he's here, hearing that Sakharov needed soldiers. He thought that would be a chance to perhaps earn some money, some good stories, and, if Sakharov won, there might be a lot of loot and perhaps a home to be claimed somewhere.
Yeah,
that is why he has taken the title of Ronin, as he says, although Sakharov probably doesn't mean anything to him.
No. Sakharov will certainly say that if Raiju continues to serve the Whispering Lords, and does so well, it is certainly within their power to grant him land and titles, if that is what he wishes. What he asks in return is loyalty and good service.
Maybe you should tell him that there is a Medusa in here.
Yeah.
And she's not too hard.
By the way, there's a Medusa.
I will say it. Yes, we are still preparing, of course, gathering allies and forces for the assault on the Vale. Hopefully, you will not. We will not find you backing out of that fight, Raiju, but I hope not. But to that goal, we have enlisted the service, the obedience of said Medusa we discussed earlier today.
Raiju looks impressed. He's fish deftly as he looks to Sakharov. I'm impressed. Medusa, very interesting. Am I permitted to speak to her?
You certainly are. Know that you should probably present yourself as our servants, then she won't try to do anything untoward towards you. She is vain to a fault, but speaking to her vanity can certainly benefit her mood, so to speak.
No, it's shrugs. I was never the most polite of people. She smiles. My kind rarely has to.
I imagine not. But it is refreshing to see that you are as civilized and cordial as you are, Raiju. You fit in well with us, I think.
Seems a bit confused. Why would I not be civilized? Am I to be compared to buckbears and goblins? No, the Oni are proud, strong warriors from faraway lands, traveling here to win glory and honor.
Surprise nods, indeed.
I serve, and you pay me well. Says, I have no reason to deny you that. My service is yours as long as my payments and rewards keep coming in. Says, smiling. I shall ensure that I will give you word of my departure, should it happen. Ahead of time, naturally.
Yes, indeed. We do not want that information to come at an inopportune moment. If so were to happen, well, I think it would be a sad circumstance for all of us.
Sort of grins as he finishes up with their fish and hands her as a plate.
Alright, Sakharov will...
A dish from my homeland.
Much obliged.
My cooking is not the best, but you learn a lot when you travel. He says, grabbing the spit from the fire and making the cake under his arm.
Yep. Well, Sakharov will take the plate, nod, and he will go to the dining room with it.
Hearing chants as he walks past.
He will knock on Kyran's door.
Kyran was just standing in his room trying to think of more furniture to put in here because he only has a bed so far, and will turn to the door and say, "Yes, come in."
Raiju pushes the door open, and the thing Kyran sees a spit with a grilled pig on it. A whole one, by the way. It's quite large. sticking through the door. And then it is followed by a keg rolling in.
Kyran looks very surprised, but pleased at the same time. That is...
His head sticks in and says, I was not sure if I should go eat with Zacharias. I thought perhaps you would enjoy sharing this.
Kyran will look at the spit and say, I think I certainly would. That does look quite tasty.
Perhaps you would tell me more of that silver dragon.
Kyran smiles and says, oh, I have lots of tales to tell of that.
I also heard a Medusa.
Yes, that's one of my newest tales, in fact. It was quite a fight.
Right, sort of, his eyes light up as he moves, sort of tries to move in, bringing the barrel of ale and the roasted pork with him.
There's a leg of tables in my room, but I'm certain we can make do with what we have.
Walks over here and
Which is not
presses
much.
the spit into the wall so that it is sitting there.
Yeah, perfect.
He sits down by it, has the barrel next to him. So, a second, as he leaves to get another barrel from his room.
One is a table.
Well,
one
he
is
has bought a few of them, and he simply drinks from it like a cup, and we'll expect Kyran to do the same.
Oh, Kyran will, certainly. And Kyran will tell him the tale of the epic fight between him and the Medusa that he, of course, did blindfolded without equipment while flying during a storm and all that embellishment,
Sure.
pretty much. Even though this story is, in fact, not that far from the truth, since he did fight the Medusa pretty much entirely by himself.
blindfolded.
The tale being a lot longer, probably, than the actual fight.
Yes.
That's some furniture for Kyran. Raiju will certainly enjoy this, and he enjoys talking and listening and telling of tales. While Zacharias tries sushi for the first time.
I don't know why now I'm just imagining Kyran sitting on the bed, just like above his head, just holding this massive barrel he's guzzling down.
For a second,
Raiju.
Zacharias will contemplate that maybe there is poison in this weird stuff, but then he will shrug that off and say, no, that would be completely ridiculous for Raiju to try to poison him. And he will dig in, see what this tastes like.
Tastes like the Far East, apparently. Interesting dish, interesting spice. Something he's had before.
Sure.
What a successful day.
Yes.
As Zacharias is hearing, the occasional laughter of hell can be heard coming from the altar. in my room.
I got
And
you
the
a
occasional
cake.
snoring of hell can be heard coming from Marcus's room.
Nothing
I'm very
new there.
tempted. I'm very
Cheap, I
tempted.
got you a cake if you wanted.
Oh, yes, I want cakes.
I have to say, one of these days, like, Mark is going to wake up in the morning with a knock on his door. The moment he opens his eyes, like, the whole room has been transformed into hell by Zerus.
And Marcus is like, whatever.
It's like, I've done some decorating for you.
I'm home.
Sure.
I like it.
And I suppose so goes the second day.
Do you like the pig on the stick?
Kyran probably likes it.
Sheep.
Looks very red for some reason.
I guess it's very bloodied.
It's marinated.
You I don't know why you want the cake. You can move it where you want it.
Yeah, well, right next to Kyran is pretty much perfect right now.
You want to sit on the cake?
But the pig is gonna be there permanently. Menika just did that.
Well, he can change
Yeah,
it.
sure. Why not?
Well, there is gonna...
Raiju doesn't. He's bored in his own room.
There we go.
The city, although it has much fun, he'd rather go there with Kyran. Kyran seems to be his kind of guy.
Kyran would certainly
Not
like to visit
Cash.
the
Cash
the
likes
city.
to hear the stories as well. He likes telling stories. I mean, the more people, the merrier. He seems to be like.
So Cash, Kyran, and Raiju all go to town. Zurius and Zacharias locked in the workshop.
I want to invite Marcus as well, and everyone really.
And Timian.
Sure. Raiju doesn't care.
I was thinking something akin to what Zacharias did for Halthus. Maybe we should ask Timian.
For a boon?
Yeah, well, he has done decent service as well.
What if he wants his boon to be that he's free?
Yeah, well, fuck him.
Yeah, then we kill him. Oh, isn't that great?
He breaks his bond. Oh look, you're no longer part of us. That means you're an enemy.
Exactly.
Well, sure.
Oh man, you've broken your oath to Captain Loyalty and Captain Loyalty also, and 3 other people.
Well, then, yeah, sure. Then he is indeed not part of us anymore.
Timian, if you ask him, will request that although he would of course ask nothing of you as in large, he would very much like to someday again see his home of Billantine restored from its current state.
Well,
And have the old church, in which he was given a name, perhaps have a new faith.
What?
he wants to be a
Good
church
done, I
man. Come on,
suppose.
yes.
Yeah, he wants the city that is now burned and everyone dead. He would like to see it remade in the image of Asmodeus at some point.
Oh, okay.
Marcus is totally down for that.
Marcus is like a proud father, like, well
Yes.
done, son.
Yes, my son.
As a single tear falls down his eye. I'm so proud.
Timmy
Nobody
and
can
your father,
see it
your
because he
real
still has
father.
his armor on.
Timmy and your real father may have died at Ballantine, but now I am your father.
No, I mean, yes!
Yes!
It's adopted.
Yes. The Thornblade legacy.
Sure. It is day 3, and I think this is as good a place as any to break up.
What day was it?
Are we gonna break up?
3. Well,
Careful how you word that,
party.
Malachi.
Are the party
For
gonna break
now.
up?
For this session at least. And we'll continue next.
So no, Tina, it's time to break up. I'm sorry. This is not
And-
working.
This is
I
not
I
working
wanted
out.
to do it on the air.
Yeah, in
So
front of everyone.
That would be so mean.
You know,
And foolish.
speaking of like on the air stuff like that, this guy in my school asked a girl to like our prom ball thing over the announcements this morning.
Oh,
Ah. Oh
No,
God.
I didn't like it. Public stuff like that's not good because then it
Nope.
adds too much. It gives too much pressure to the girl to accept.
I would hate it.
especially if he is someone she doesn't like at all. It's like, oh god damn
No,
it.
I
the next
guess
day-
though.
Well,
The
Malachi
ne- the
knows that I hate public stuff like that, so I hope he knows that he should never do that to me.
Don't call out
The
Tina.
next day, the girl just makes an announcement by herself with
Yeah,
a single word,
luckily,
just no.
Go away. She says.
Luckily, they had spoken about it beforehand. That was just like the official kind of.
That's probably
that is
a good
just-
plan.
I still wouldn't want
Then
it.
then he's just bragging about it at that point.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, I
It's
guess
not
so.
that cool. Because then it's just like,
I
oh, look what I did.
I
On the bright
still
side,
wouldn't say yes.
I guess she could refuse him afterwards. I mean,
Trolling him. Yeah.
If someone wants to embarrass me like that, and I feel like it would be an embarrassment because I don't like to be in the center of attention with so many eyes looking at me. That would just be the worst. I would like that Malachi would just would only me and him ask me stuff like that, and we would probably not go to the ball. We'll do something else.
Yeah,
Play Pathfinder.
Yeah, play Pathfinder instead.
That's great.
On the internet, in front of I don't know how many.
Pathfinding gaming.
Yeah, exactly.
That's wonderful.
Dozens of people.
That's very different because they can't see me.
Well, about that,
For literally tens of minutes.
we have actually secretly installed a webcam in your apartment.
Experience from
No, because
That's
we
in your
put
shower, so yes, we
Yeah,
can't. do
put it
that
in the shower.
we put a lock on the cellar, so no, you can't get out.
Oh,
And I think that is the session. You can save and send the map.
yes. Yeah, bit short today. Because I have stuff in the morning, so.
And we spent like 2 hours talking about other stuff before we
No,
started.
did.
half an hour.
It was a bit of a rambling session, wasn't it? It wasn't as focused as some of the others we have had, but that's fine.
Well, we did a thing.
Yeah, role played.
A thing, yeah.
That was not that easy to do. You managed it very well because Kyran. Probably.
Beat her
It's
alone.
not that often you see someone having blind sense and blind fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very good things to have when you need them, but very useless when you don't.
Well, I
You're
think
getting bonus feats, correct?
the
Yeah,
fact that
bonus feed.
that one guy beat her blind just shows her that we are not to mess with.
Yeah, that's good. Kyran did a good job.
Yeah, he did.
It's a roller coaster
Kyran,
ride
great
with
job.
Kyran. It's like he's ripping
Either
things
he
apart
dies
or he dies.
solos.
Yeah.
It's better than
Encounter.
my solution. My solution, if we were forced to fight, and we all had to fight, was basically find which like vague direction she's in, and then just shoot AOE spells.
I mean,
Yeah.
it did take Kyran 11 turns.
It did.
So,
It did.
He's getting rusty. I'm just kidding.
Slide a note under Karen's door. That took too long. You're getting rusty.
yeah, Zacharias.
Exactly. But I have not done it. It's Azurius who has faked it, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's
Yeah, of
forgery.
course.
Yep.
Even Zacharias would think he did it.
And it's like,
Sleep. I'm obsessed.
Chloe, did you write this?
But why would Chloe do that?
She's a
She doesn't even have any hands.
she's a mischievous dragon. She can hold a pen with her mouth.
She would be
Actually,
very.
the tail, I think.
Yeah, it's the tail she's using.
Dip the tail in ink and then write.
Manipulative.
No, she uses the wand with her tail.
Yeah, I know. I think that's still hilarious. Like this thing, like flapping towards you with a wand, like just shoots fireballs with a wand.
Make a linguistics check to work out my linguistics check.
Like, well, I think Chloe would be very sad. Like, if she said, "Did you write this? Stop playing cruel jokes on me. You know I don't have any hands."
You know I
real.
cannot
What are
read.
these beautiful gloves?
Exactly. Ah!
And it's like, oh, I used
Alright,
to
you
be a
can't
fairy.
wear them.
I used to be a fairy, but then it was cursed into this existence.
No, she has more charisma now.
Oh,
She is
She's
much
better
more.
at expressing herself
she
in a
is
non-artistic art way, like singing.
She's
or
she's actually quite charming, all things considered.
Yeah.
She's
For
more
sure.
charming than Lady Cash for some reason.
What?
Yeah,
You're 16,
He's
you're
probably
15.
just cute.
she's prettier than you are.
Now, you should remember that charisma is not
No, I know.
attractiveness. It is merely
Pope
how
knows
well
that
you
best.
yourself.
I just have to say, remember,
Raiju, he's pretty good at that, but
I just have to say though, remember, the party's like lowest charisma score is 15.
that is pretty unusual. Yeah.
Very high charisma party. we have.
Overall, masterminds need to be good leaders. Seemingly.
It's true.
Like, then we've got like a 17, an 18, a 20, then a 25, soon to be 26.
Say what you will about Kyran, he is an inspiring leader.
Yes, yeah.
In his way, yes.
In his own way, yes.
Inspires ferocity and strength. People can-
Charming might not be
In
the
the
right
way-
word, but yes.
No,
The way that when
intimidating.
Powerful.
Yeah, when he gives a speech
Certainly
and
has
you don't
influence.
clap, you die.
You like my mastermind picture?
Yes.
That is a good Danish mastermind picture.
It is.
Oh, mine is so funny because Jonas's character is just smiling straight at the mastermind.
Yeah, I took something like mischievous and evil as well, or even sneaky looking.
Well, the thing is, it's actually male Denmark, but well, who cares?
You know, you can't really see the difference between male Denmark and sister Denmark.
No,
That's I think is the point.
Yeah, I think that's a point too.
they are both very flat and have fluffy hair.
There you go.
And get drunk a lot.
Yep,
I
that's Denmark for you.
Well, that doesn't fit because I don't smoke and I don't drink anymore.
But you,
Only
but you have a cat.
I do have a cat, and
So-
I'm not blonde either.
So just take the cat, smile like that, and start stroking it, and like, yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
My point is looking at this picture, it just kind of just like Jonas is like in control here, just making time go crazy.
I was looking at the same one, same way on my screen. We can all find you can all find nation appropriate pictures.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Excellent.
There's a very good
I
English
guess, you
out
can
there.
I guess you can paint a German flag on the sheep, like make it striped.
I like the fact that
Sheep.
Denmark is like so dark around the eyes and the
Yeah, it's just
teeth.
completely going crazy, like. Well, and with that, we're gonna end the recording for this session. So,
Yes.
bit of a short one, but we'll see you in the next one, guys.
You have a next. There's another
Bye.
one.
There is next week.